Rita Tinina.
Thank you, Rita Tinina, for that report. Now, meanwhile, President William Ruto's ascension to power came with its renewed impetus to slay the dragon of corruption. Now, Ruto castigating his former boss, President Uhuru Kenyatta, for looking the other way while graft thrived under the Jubilee regime. But a year into his administration, Ruto is facing a series of issues that have continuously threatened efforts to slay the graft dragon. Will the president succeed in these efforts that saw his predecessors fail? KTN's Daniel Kariuki interrogates.
1 year into President William Ruto's rule, corruption has remained a talk that has dominated speeches in meetings across the country. Corruption remains a major setback to the government, especially with the implementation of the Finance Act, which has proved unpopular.
All that we want to see is the degree and the level of corruption going down, so that when we give these taxes, we shall receive clean water, we shall get good education, we shall get housing, we shall get health.
Mkilipa ushuru, nyinyi mniulize. Ikitumika vibaya, I will answer. Sindio? Mimi ndio ndajibu. Kwa sababu, mimi ndio nimeuliza. Na I want to promise you, mambo ya ufisadi, watatafuta vile waskofu waliwaambia wale walevi waokoke ama wahame. Hata mimi nawaambia wafisadi wabadilike ama wahame Kenya, because we will not allow them.
The Kenya Medical Supplies Agency KEMSA 3.7 billion shillings mosquito net scandal is perhaps the most significant case of corruption that has rocked the current regime. The scandal emerged after Global Fund cancelled the multi-billion tender that in effect put millions of Kenyans at risk of contracting malaria. The cancellation was over irregularities in the procurement process that the agency argued was skewed in favor of one of the bidders. But even as medical agency and health ministry insisted that no money was lost, Ruto swiftly moved to fire the officials involved in the scandal, among them Health PS Josephine Mburu and the whole of the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority Board, including its chair Daniel Rono. Then came the 6 billion edible oil scandal that emanated from the Ministry of Trade and Industry. It involved private companies with tentacles spread inside government that were single-sourced to produce oil for the Kenya National Trading Corporation, KNTC, a process through which the public stood to lose billions. It was considered a scandal birthed in Ruto's first cabinet meeting, and where 4 companies linked to businesswoman Mary Wambui were said to have been single-sourced, claims that Trade CS Moses Kuria dismissed. If President Ruto's stern warning to corrupt officials during the just concluded devolution conference is anything to go by, graft has permitted to the counties, and much more is to be done in fighting the vice, sentiments echoed by his deputy Rigathi Gachagua.
Regardless of position, office or status, any person implicated in the loss of public funds, whether in the national or devolved government, must encounter the punitive consequences of their action in full.
There is no corruption for the national government and the county governments. Corruption is corruption in its very form. And this government will deal with the corruption in the national government, in the county governments, and in the country.
Having crafted an elaborate plan that included a revamp of investigative agencies, increased funding for the judiciary, and tasking these offices financially and capacity-wise, only time will tell if the head of state will win the war that his predecessors struggled to fight. Daniel Kariuki, KTN News.
Tonight, battled was engaged with Governor